I have some amazing friends. And when I say friends, I'm talking about people who don't stress me out. Okay? There's a lot of people I'm cool with. There's a lot of people I care about. There's a lot of acquaintances that I have. And I keep on adding it because I keep meeting people. But let me tell you what happened. So last night, I was issuing out my last ride. It was around midnight, driving down Broadway. And I have been doing my best to stop hitting potholes because they always come at me out of nowhere, especially storms, raining, snow. We getting 4 seasons in St. Louis in a single day. It was crazy. Like that tornado warning and all that happened the other night. I was lucky that I had a request to drop someone off 2 hours away. But besides the point, I'm on Broadway. I'm dodging potholes on the right side. So I'm over here thinking, oh, I'm doing good. I dodged it. It was a bigger pothole that came up. I skirt to the left. When I skirt to the left, I failed to realize until the very last second, but it was too late, that there was an even bigger pothole on the left. Same street, same road, and it wasn't 2 lanes because the other side was going in the opposite direction. So I hit it instantly. Bang! Tire pressure super low because I always have my tire pressure up. I'm very, when I first started driving, my mom instilled in me to make sure I have good tire pressure at all times. So I always had that up. I watched my front tire go from 33 psi. As soon as the bang happened, it went from 33 to 10. And then 2 seconds later, it went from 1 to 0. I knew my tire was flat. I was hearing a little bit of grinding. I was like, oh my goodness, if I hear any type of noise in my car, I know it's a problem. I don't deal with noises because I got my car brand new. And I'm noticing now my car ain't brand new no more. It's been almost 2 years now. It ain't brand new. So I'm instantly, crap. Ended up moving inside the parking lot, instantly called road assistance. I said, okay, I already had an appointment to go to the auto body shop the next day. Literally the next day to get my brakes fixed. Like I bought the parts, everything. But I'm sitting here. This is midnight. No one's open. No one's on the roads. It took 3 hours before the tow people came. I called them 5 times because I was watching. It kept saying ETA. This happened around midnight. ETA 2:06 to 2:36 a.m. I said, dang. And it said it was in my area. I just need to move my car to 6 miles. It's only 15 minutes away and we don't have to get on the highway. But I waited, dropped the car off. The tire place opened at 8, so I went online. I figured I would likely need to replace the tire. I knew it was a very slim chance just from looking at it because I saw some little dent in the tire. And apparently if you damage the side part, I don't speak car. I don't, especially tires. I don't speak them. But I looked and I said, I'm most likely going to have to replace this. So I went ahead, went online, put in new tire inspection. And then I already had the appointment for the brakes. So I went ahead and just put everything. I saw it open at 8. So I said, okay, I'll be there when it opens. I'm staying in my car the entire time. Luckily, had my Grammy on deck because I called her about what happened, told her I'm going to sit with the car. It's going to take 2-3 hours before the tow people come. And she said, okay, well, just wake me up whenever you get to the place or when you're on your way and I'll pick you up. Because luckily, I was close to the house. This was 8 minutes away from the crib, y'all. I'm 8 minutes away. Get through that. Get home. This is after 3:30. I'm finally in the house. I didn't get to sleep till after 4, but had to get up at 7, make sure that my Grammy's up because she agreed to take me up to the place when they open at 8. So I'm like, okay, hopefully I could just be in and out. I already knew it wasn't going to happen because I wanted my brakes replaced and my tire replaced. So I'm thinking to myself, this is probably going to take another 3 hours. It took an hour and a half just for the mechanics to show up to the tire place. I said, how you open at 8, but the people who do the work aren't here till 9:30? That don't make no sense. I need this on the sign or something. Don't tell me operating hours are here, but don't tell me that service doesn't start till practically 10 a.m. Why was I allowed to schedule to have this at 8 if it couldn't be possible until at least 10? And also, I know I'm sleep deprived, so I'm just doing my best to smile, because it's not these people's fault. It's not the workers' fault. That's okay. So I get through it. Basically, long story short, ended up having to replace both of my front tires, not just the one that was flat. So I'm like, okay, I gotta pay for 2 tires. Now I gotta pay for labor for the brake replacement, because they would have cost me over $500 for them to give me the brakes and replace the brakes. When I went to Advanced Auto Parts, got all 4 brake pads for $179. And luckily, one of the mechanics was able to get me an even better deal. My Grammy says it's pretty privileged, but hey, whatever I can do to save some money, I'll do. And I gave him an extra tip in cash, because that right there saved me almost $300. So I said, cool. But I didn't get out of the freaking car place until after 1 o'clock. I had my friend. This is the reason why I started off saying I have some amazing friends. This girl has been a close friend of mine, like a sister. She's literally little sis in my phone. I call her that because this is my sister from another mister for sure. And her birthday was recent, and today was her birthday party at 4:30. I didn't expect everything that happened in the last 12 hours to happen. But I set my alarm for 3:45. I was like, okay. By the time I got home, it was about 2 o'clock. I said, cool, I'll get up, because starts at 4:30. Let me get up at 3:45. Y'all, I don't even remember cutting off the alarm. I didn't come to my senses until after 6. Because I realized I looked up, realized it was 5:40. And you know when you wake up and you feel like you forgot something, but you know you forgot something. I realized, oh crap, I'm late. But I was still tired. And I could tell I was tired because I'm over here hallucinating. I'm seeing lights, like at the edges of my vision. I'm looking around. I'm feeling movements. I'm thinking this must be how it is to be hypnotized or something. It was crazy. It was crazy. I said, I'm not on drugs. But this is what I imagine being on drugs feels like. Sleep deprivation is a serious thing. I'm watching my friend's location because I was like, okay, I gotta lay back down. I gotta sit down. It's not safe for me to drive right now. Luckily, everything got taken care of with the car, paid for it, all that stuff. But I'm not fit to drive. Hour goes by. I have an event that I go to Tuesday nights. I have obligations Tuesdays at 8. And luckily, it was in the same area as her birthday party. So I looked because I'm like, I can't miss my event. I got people counting on me. I looked. I saw she was still at the place. So I'm like, please. I was checking her location as I'm rushing to put my clothes on, rushing to get ready, turn on the car, heat it up because it's cold as I don't know what outside. I get there. God was on my side, y'all, because I pulled up into a parking space because I was about to run in there since I saw her location said she was still there. Turns out I parked right next to where she was in her car about to pull out. She wasn't upset. She was like, oh my goodness, what are you doing here? Everyone's gone. And I said, I just needed to see you because I told you I would be here. And I'm so sorry. It literally was so many things back to back to back. I probably should have texted her to let her know, hey, I'm tired. I may or may not make it. But I ignored my body and I was like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to be there. I can't ignore my body too much. But then she hugged me. She thanked me for showing up. And we got something else on the calendar. So that way I could treat her a different day this week. And that's how I imagine mature adult relationships to be like. No drama. No upset because I didn't come. I had a legit excuse. And she made me feel so good. And I love her.